Russia receives first KN-30 ballistic missiles as North Korea expands direct support against Ukraine. Ukraine's Main Directorate of Intelligence confirmed on August 20, 2026, that Russia received its first shipment of North Korean Hwasong-11C KN-30 short-range ballistic missiles to expand its strike inventory in western Russia. The deployment of 6 transporter-erector-launchers in Voronezh Oblast allows Russian forces to target deep infrastructure across 7 Ukrainian regions with heavy 2,500-kilogram warheads. This transfer establishes a dual-stream ballistic supply pipeline alongside domestic Iskander-M production to saturate Ukrainian air defenses. North Korea has supplied Russia with approximately 50 ballistic missiles, including the enlarged 10.2-meter KN-30 variant capable of delivering 2,500-kilogram payloads up to 900 kilometers. Operated by roughly 90 North Korean personnel alongside Russia's 112th Guards Missile Brigade, the 120-round Voronezh inventory supplements domestic Iskander stocks to maintain sustained ballistic salvo capacity against large area targets. On August 20, 2026, Ukraine's military intelligence confirmed that Russia had received its first Hwasong-11C KN-30 short-range ballistic missile from North Korea, following the KN-23s and KN-24s already transferred to Russian forces. Russia held approximately 50 North Korean ballistic missiles across the 3 types as of July 2026, while a separate North Korean missile detachment of roughly 90 personnel was preparing to operate 6 TELs in Voronezh Oblast with an eventual allocation of as many as 120 missiles. The KN-30 is larger than the KN-23, at 10.1 to 10.2 m in length and 1.26 m in diameter, compared with approximately 8.77 m and 1.1 m for the KN-23, while its estimated range reaches 600-900 kilometers and its claimed warhead mass reaches 2,500 kilograms. No confirmed KN-30 launch against Ukraine had been identified by August 20th, but the arrival of this missile marks an expansion of the stock, launcher force, and missile types available for future Russian strikes. Every imported KN series missile that can be assigned to a large fixed target is one fewer Iskander-M that has to be taken from domestic production or existing Russian stocks. The Voronezh deployment is structured around 6 transporter-erector-launchers TELs and approximately 90 North Korean personnel, expected to operate in conjunction with Russia's 112th Guards Missile Brigade, part of the 1st Guards Tank Army in the Moscow Military District. The Hwasong-11 TELs are commonly associated with a 2-missile load, so 6 vehicles could theoretically place 12 missiles in firing condition before the first reload. If the 120-round inventory is fully assigned to these 6 TELs, the stock equals 20 missiles per launcher, or 10 salvos for every TL. By comparison, Russia possesses roughly 160 Iskander launchers, nominally capable of carrying 320 missiles if every TEL were loaded with 2 rounds, yet actual ballistic attacks generally use only 16 to 26 missiles. This gap between theoretical launcher capacity and actual salvo size indicates that ammunition availability, target planning, launch sequencing, and the requirement to retain operational reserves matter more than the number of TELs alone. The North Korean unit therefore adds value only if the ammunition pipeline remains active. 6 empty TELs add little, whereas 6 TELs continuously supplied with batches of 40 or more missiles create an independent ballistic firing stream that can supplement the Iskander force without requiring Russia to form another domestically equipped missile brigade. The KN-30 itself represents a substantial scaling up of the Hwasong-11 design rather than an entirely separate missile concept. The missile is approximately 10.1 to 10.2 m long and 1.26 m in diameter, compared with 8.77 m by 1.1 m for the KN-23, giving it roughly 15-16 more length and 15 more diameter, a significant increase in internal volume for propellant, motor structure, and payload. Its solid propellant motor produces approximately 406.871 knots of thrust, and the single-stage architecture allows the missile to be transported in a fueled, launch-ready condition instead of requiring field fueling before launch. Estimated range is 600 to 900 kilometers. Maximum speed is approximately Mach 5.6, and the missile can fly in a low quasi-ballistic profile at nearly 50 kilometers in altitude, which reduces the engagement window compared with a higher and more conventional ballistic trajectory. North Korea claims a 2,500 kilograms warhead, 5 times the commonly cited 500 kilograms KN-30 payload and 5.2 times the 480 kilograms standard Iskander-M warhead, but that figure cannot be treated as proven because additional payload mass directly reduces range. The heavier Hwasong-11C 4.5 variant pushes the same logic further, with a claimed 4,500 kilograms payload, a 500 to 900 kilometers estimated range, depending on payload, a 5,100 kilometers flight altitude, and Mach 5.6 terminal speed. Its first test occurred on July 1, 2024, followed by another on September 18, 2024, showing that North Korea is pursuing a family of heavy ballistic missiles rather than a single one-off variant. Russia has already accumulated more than 2 years of operational experience with earlier North Korean Hwasong-11 missiles. Approximately 150 knots 23 and KN-24 missiles were transferred between late 2023 and August 2025, while another total reached 148 missiles by early 2025, indicating that the first supply cycle had already reached the scale of a small national missile inventory before the current 2026 deliveries began. The KN-23 is approximately 8.77 m long and 1.1 m in diameter, uses a single-stage solid propellant motor, and can fly from approximately 190 kilometers on a depressed trajectory to 800-900 kilometers in reduced payload or range-optimized configurations. A more practical reference point is approximately 450 kilometers with a 500 kilograms warhead, although some missiles used in Ukraine have carried warheads close to 1,000 kilograms, doubling the commonly cited payload and making them suitable for broad target areas such as rail yards, industrial facilities, ammunition sites, and large headquarters complexes. The KN-23 can remain below approximately 50 kilometers, execute terminal pull-ups, alter pitch, descend steeply, and maneuver aerodynamically, which forces defensive tracking systems to recalculate intercept geometry throughout the flight. The KN-24 is smaller, at approximately 7.2 m long and 1.0 m in diameter, with a 400-500 kilograms warhead and a demonstrated range near 410 kilometers. During an August 2019 test, it reached approximately 48 kilometers altitude, traveled 400 kilometers, and attained about 2.1 kilometers s, or Mach 6.2 under the stated conditions. The KN-30 therefore extends an already operational missile architecture from a roughly 400-450 kilometers conventional strike roll toward a 600-900 kilometers heavy payload roll, giving Russia more flexibility in matching imported missiles to target depth and target size. The main limitation of North Korean ballistic missiles in Russian service has been accuracy and production consistency rather than range or warhead mass. Russia began firing them in late December 2023, and the January 2, 2024 strike on Kharkiv became one of the earliest confirmed combat uses. By December 2024, Russian forces had fired approximately 60 knots 23 missiles, providing enough combat use to identify recurring problems in early batches. In May 2024, close to 50 of examined North Korean missiles had either deviated significantly from their program trajectory or exploded during flight, indicating a failure rate incompatible with high-confidence precision strike missions. The KN-23 accuracy has been estimated in a broad 35-200 m CEP range, while later Ukrainian estimates for improved 2025 missiles place the figure at roughly 50-100 m. The Iskander-M accuracy is generally placed at 520 m, meaning that even a 50 m KN-23 error is 2.5 times larger than a 20 m Iskander error and 10 times larger than a 5 m Iskander error. This makes the North Korean weapons much better suited to large target sets, such as an airfield, rail junction, industrial complex, substation, warehouse cluster, or ammunition area, than to a specific TL, radar, bunker entrance, or small command post. Russian use stopped after August 2025 and resumed on July 30, 2026, when a missile from the new supply cycle struck Radushin near Kryvyi Rih, creating an interruption of roughly 11 months and showing that the continuity of deliveries remained an important constraint. The choice of Voronezh Oblast is operationally significant because it places Sumy, Kharkiv, Chernihiv, Poltava, Kiev, Dnipropetrovsk, and Zaporizhzhia Oblasts within the potential engagement envelope of at least part of the North Korean missile inventory, while keeping the launchers inside Western Russia. The KN-24's approximately 410 kilometers range is best matched to targets closer to the border, including logistics hubs, brigade headquarters, ammunition storage areas, rail junctions, and air defense positions. The KN-23 can extend farther depending on payload and trajectory, while the KN-30's 600-900 kilometers estimated range gives Russia access to Kiev and central Ukrainian infrastructure from deeper launch positions. The longer range also increases the number of possible firing areas and complicates Ukrainian pre-launch targeting because Russian and North Korean crews can disperse farther from the border while preserving access to the same target set. The claimed 2,500 kilograms KN-30 warhead is particularly relevant against large fixed infrastructure because it is 2,020 kilograms heavier than the standard 480 kilograms Iskander-M warhead, or 421 greater by mass. A missile with lower accuracy, but a warhead several times heavier can still generate substantial effects against a railway yard, air base, fuel depot, industrial site, power installation, or large military concentration, even when the aim point is missed by tens of meters. The same characteristic makes poor accuracy more dangerous outside the intended target area because North Korean missile deviations in Ukraine have ranged from tens and hundreds of meters to kilometer-scale misses. The practical division of labor could therefore place KN-24s against nearer operational targets, KN-23s against intermediate depth targets, and KN-30s against deeper or larger fixed targets where payload mass and reach are more important than point accuracy.